What if the biggest difference between people who succeed and people who don't isn't talent, intelligence, or even motivation? What if it's what they do when success stops being exciting? Because almost everyone wants success. The better grades, the better career, the money, the freedom, the life you imagine when you think about your future. But wanting success is easy. Living like the person who can create that success is much harder. Think about the last time you set a serious goal. Maybe you decided to study consistently, build a business, learn a skill, or completely change your life. For a few days, you were locked in. You made plans. You watched motivational videos. You imagined the future version of yourself. Then reality arrived. The work became repetitive. Progress became slower. Nobody noticed. And suddenly, the goal didn't feel exciting anymore. So you thought, maybe I'm not motivated enough. But that's where most people misunderstand success. Motivation is strongest when the reward feels close. Scrolling gives you something now. Entertainment gives you something now. Checking your phone gives you something now. But studying for hours or building a skill might not reward you for months. Your brain naturally has to choose between something enjoyable now and something valuable later. That's why successful people aren't necessarily better at feeling motivated. They become better at acting without needing motivation first. Imagine two people chasing the same goal. The first asks every morning, "Do I feel like doing this?" The second asks, "What does the person I want to become do today?" That difference changes everything. The first makes behavior dependent on emotion. The second makes it dependent on commitment. And this is where habits become powerful. You don't want to make every important decision from scratch. The student who studies at the same time every evening doesn't need to fight the same internal battle every day. The person who keeps their phone away while working doesn't need heroic willpower every 5 minutes. They've designed their environment around their goal. And here's the part people rarely talk about. Success is often boring. It's repeating something after the excitement disappears. It's practicing when nobody is impressed. It's studying another chapter when you'd rather stop. It's trying again after the previous attempt failed. There was probably a moment in the journey of every accomplished person when what they were doing felt completely ordinary. No applause, no dramatic music, just another day, another hour, another repetition. That's the psychology most people miss. They imagine success as a destination, but success is often the result of repeatedly behaving in ways that move you toward a chosen outcome. So instead of asking, "How can I become more motivated?" ask, "What behavior actually produces the result I want? What makes that behavior easier? What distractions make it harder? And most importantly, what am I willing to do when I don't feel like doing it?" Set a specific goal. Turn it into a behavior you can repeat. Remove unnecessary distractions. Track whether you actually did it. And don't judge yourself by one incredible day. Judge yourself by what you repeatedly return to. Because your future isn't being created by the goals you write down. It's being created by the behaviors you repeat when nobody is watching. The world sees the achievement. You experience the repetition. The world sees the finish line. You experience the days when you wanted to stop. And that's the real psychological shift. You don't become successful by constantly feeling like a successful person. You become successful by repeatedly doing the things that move you toward the life you want, even when your emotions haven't caught up yet. So don't wait until you feel ready. Build something you can repeat. Because eventually, the small things you keep doing stop looking small. And one day, what you once called your goal becomes the life you built. Success isn't one giant decision. It's thousands of ordinary decisions, made consistently enough to create an extraordinary result.